good evening, everybody. Happy Good Friday. Probably shouldn't be drinking tonight, but we are. It's Chardonnay, and you are very welcome to New Wine TV. My name is Michelle. If it's your first time tuning in, make sure you follow us, like us, so you can keep on track with all of our lovely wine tastings. So tonight is Chardonnay, and Chardonnay, if I was any grape, I'd be Chardonnay. I feel like it's my spiritual home.
I was going to ask you that question.
So I actually am, if I could be called with a name, I'd take Chardonnay. What we're going to do is just talk about what is Chardonnay, what is Chablis, which is a bit, everyone loves Chablis. We're going to explain it, because Chablis is Chardonnay. I'm sure lots of people actually don't want to hear that. And we're going to discuss the difference between oak Chardonnay and unoaked Chardonnay. And so you'll see I've got it's a bit of a complicated map this evening. There's a lot going on in it. We added a few bits in. Now just talk about Chardonnay in France, help you understand the label a little bit, because it's just complicated, unfortunately. And I say that all the time about wine, it's complicated. And then have a very small map of Australia and nearly a small map of New Zealand. And so we'll just have a little chat about where else you can get Chardonnay outside of France. Now, I'll start with saying that Chardonnay is the 5th most planted grape in the world. It's planted everywhere. It's the most coveted white wine that winemakers would like to emulate, because this is the original home. So this, now the map is slightly inaccurate. This is its original home, and what happened was people tried the Chardonnay from Burgundy, and they loved it so much they tried to emulate it. And so they took all the styles, they took cuttings, they took clones. There's a very famous example actually in New Zealand where someone smuggled in a clone from Burgundy into New Zealand illegally, but it was in the 70s, so I think he just paid off the customs guy, and now he has the most amazing clone. It's actually of a Pinot Noir grape. So what does Chardonnay taste like? Chardonnay, one of the reasons why Chardonnay is so amazing is because it can be grown in a lot of places, and it really takes on the soil, the terroir, and it's a real winemaker's grape. So the grape tends to be quite a linear, crisp style without oak, and then if you're a winemaker, you can do nearly whatever you want to it. And it can taste anything from lightly oaked to really fully oaked to no oak at all. So the wine that I have here myself this evening, that myself and the cameraman are drinking. And cameraman, if I start going off on a tangent and making it complicated, will you stop me? It's very hard to
Sorry, just a quick question. Come in there while you have a little drink. Was it Chardonnay smuggled, or was it Pinot Noir that was smuggled?
It was Pinot Noir that was smuggled, but it was all from the same area. I won't say who it is, because I was told it in a kind of an evening dinner by from the horse's mouth, so I won't say it. But it was Pinot Noir that was smuggled, but it was from this golden area of like the icons. So it's the 5th most planted grape. It's the most expensive white wine in the world is Chardonnay, specifically because it comes from this area. So we'll just chat through a couple of things. So the wine I have in my glass here, I'm just going to bring it up to the cameras to have a little look. So this is Chardonnay, and the appellation is Bourgogne. Can everyone see that word, Bourgogne?
Yeah, it's perfect there, Shelter.
So Bourgogne is the area. It's French for Burgundy, and it's the basic level or the regional standard for entry-level Chardonnay from Burgundy. So you'll see here, now just because it's entry level doesn't mean it's bad. This is actually
gorgeous.
It's such a gorgeous wine. It's lightly oaked. It tastes probably a little bit similar to what a Macon might be like, with a little bit of oak and a little bit of fleshy fruit. What I also have here is a Chablis. And so Chablis is from Burgundy. It's considered in the Burgundy area, but you can see you've got the main Burgundy area, and again, this isn't to scale. It's also quite a badly drawn map. So look at a real map, don't look at my map. So Chablis is actually in a different area. It's further north, it's much colder up there. I think you can drive from Paris to Chablis in about an hour and a half. I've done it once, but I think it was about an hour and a half. And even a little bit further north of there is Champagne. And Chardonnay is one of the key grapes in Champagne. So what you have in Champagne is Pinot Noir, red grape, or Chardonnay, a white grape, so a mix of red and white, and you also have another grape called Pinot Meunier. So Champagne's actually a mixture of a few different grapes and different colours blended together, making a white wine style or a rosé style. You come down to Chablis. Chablis is a really easy one to explain. Chablis is famous for being an on oak style, crisp style, linear style. Chablis became famous in the same period when Sancerre became famous, which is France's most famous Sauvignon Blanc.
Where is Sancerre?
Sancerre is up here. So you're looking up in the Loire Valley area.
Loire Valley, oh sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, so totally different area, but there are two kind of key styles, and there's no oak in them.
Karina Hargrave, give you a little wave.
Who did?
Karina.
Oh, hi. So you've got your village level, right? So the basic level is regional. So that's Chardonnay sourced from the whole area, not named. Then you go up to the village level, and that's literally like going into, so we're in Kildare. So it's like saying the wine from anywhere in Kildare, or it's like anywhere in Burgundy, is Bourgogne. And then once you go into the village, so you're saying it's like Nice. So Chablis is basically a village. That's all it is. And then the next level up is Premier Cru. So if you're going to use Nice again as an example, what's the second best street in Nice? Cameraman?
Whatever.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're going to like the second best area. Very small area, as small as a street like. And then Grand Cru, which is the top level, is like going basically to like half a street. So you're going up, the more complicated the label, the more precise you're going. So it's going right into an actual area, and they're saying that particular area is a piece of perfect. And what makes it so good? The aspect, the sunshine, the soil, they call it terroir, so it's everything around it all together. And so that's what that is. So when you see, like, why are you paying an extra €20 for a Chablis Premier Cru? Why are you paying an extra €40 or more for a Chablis Grand Cru? Chablis at the entry level tends to be unoaked, crisp, fresh. I love Chablis. And the great thing about Chablis is that you're never really disappointed. You know what you're getting. When you go further up, just to make it really confusing, they add oak. So Grand Cru tends to be aged in oak, so it's a different flavour spectrum. So we have a couple of other examples here of some wines to look at. So like Chablis is a village. When you go further south into Burgundy, and right in the middle of Burgundy is a town called Beaune, which is on the bucket list. It would have been this year, it might be next year at this stage. You get a load of villages. To the north of Beaune, you tend to have mainly red. To the south of Beaune, you tend to have mainly white. And one of the villages we have here, and it's called the Côte d'Or, how I remember it is. So north of Beaune is called Côte de Nuit. The dark side. And for me, I just think red then, red grapes, dark grapes. And then the southern side is Côte d'Or, like the golden slope, and so that's like yellow, so that's white wine. So that's my easiest way to remember this, and it's so complicated. So one of the villages is called Saint-Romain, and we have this wine. We actually love this. We haven't tried it. I got a parcel of it last year, and I'm going to show the label. Each bottle has a number. And I was born in 1983, and the cameraman was born in 1983, and this actually happens to be bottle number 83. What are the chances of that?
Roisin.
So it's absolutely lovely. So we're saving this for some special occasion to have, and it's made by a lady from Ballyhonus. Her name is Roisin Curley. She's a pharmacist. She's probably working very hard right now. Thanks so much, Roisin.
She's watching. Hi, Roisin.
Hi, Roisin. I hope we're doing your wine justice. Feel free to comment in. So Roisin is from Ballyhonus. Is a trained pharmacist, and is like what someone would call a micro-negociant, if anyone's ever heard that word. And so she goes around and she picks parcels of wine. So the grapes are parcels of grapes that are already grown, and she'll make wine out of them. So you might find she might have a Saint-Romain, she might have a Bourgogne, she might have a Chablis at some point. So she kind of picks and chooses. So her name is over lots of different styles. I also have a wine from the region of Jura. Jura is a hot wine on everyone's list. This is definitely going to be a place visited this year, hopefully at some point. Jura is south of Strasbourg, so it's kind of bordering the Swiss border around here. And they make style is very similar to Burgundy. The whites tend to be that crisp mineraliness, maybe with a bit of oak, and the reds are as light as Pinot Noir. I don't have a Macon, and Macon is one of the wines I wanted to discuss because Macon and Chablis, I suppose, are the two most recognised ones. So Macon is the same structure here. So you can have Macon, and then they go up to the villages. There's no Premier Cru or Grand Cru. The style of Macon, it's further south, so it's at the bottom tip of Burgundy. So the further south you go, the hotter it is, the riper the wines get, and in them getting a little bit riper, they become a little bit more full-bodied, a little bit more tropical in the flavour profile. Chablis up north, cooler, crisp, so you're thinking of cooler fruits, so you're thinking of crisp apples. Further south, you're looking at, it's a lot warmer, golden delicious apples. I have another wine from the New World.
Sorry, someone just asked, can I buy your Chablis? Rashid at Roshan Curly. Oh, sorry, is that Roshan? Sorry.
The Chablis, is she looking for my Chablis? The Chablis is like really rare. It's really outrageous. This bottle was in the fridge. We were attempting to drink it, and I just kept taking it back out. It's by a guy called Thomas Pico at Domaine Pat Loop. There's some on the website if you wanted to get it. There's 6 bottles in stock. Please don't order too many because I want to keep